Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Sirius. Sirius is from San Francisco in California in the USA. So let's see what Sirius has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hi there.
Hello, Sirius. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm very well. Thanks so much. Thanks for taking the time. Very early morning for you now. Thank you.
No problem. I have the day off, so might as well.
How's your morning going so far?
I literally woke up like 20 minutes ago, so far so good. Like, yeah.
Thanks so much for taking the time the early morning for you. Thank you very much. Appreciate.
No worries. I'm curious. What caused you to reach out?
I've been literally inviting random people online. I literally go the same way as I invited you. I invite all my guests on the show. I just send the message, and if they're up for it, they feel like, okay, let's do it. That's the whole. There is a very simple, genuine way of contacting people and connect with people as well.
That's interesting. Okay. Very random. I totally dig it.
Yes, we just talked yesterday and you were like, oh yes, let's do it. Why not? You're very approachable. So thanks so much for that.
Sure.
Am I saying your name right? Sirius?
Yeah, that's correct. It's after the dog star.
Oh wow. Interesting. So Sirius, tell me where you're from before we start the game.
Sure. I grew up in the East Bay of California, and I'd been in the same area for like nearly 30 years, and then I decided to have a change of scenery, and so I moved to Denver for about 4 years, and I just moved back, and now I'm in San Francisco.
Oh wow! What's the best part of living in San Francisco?
Gosh, I have to say, I think it's the South of Market area, like the after getting to experience a completely different city for a few years, there is no place like the Soma. Like, I just like that. I prefer that gay scene.
I see. And your family? They live back to another town, another place?
Yeah, actually, my mom used to live in Pleasanton, which is in the a little further over to the east, and but now she and my dad got back together after 35 years, and I know, right?
Amazing.
But now they both live up in North California, like in the foothills.
And you have siblings as well?
I have one blood-related sister, and then another sister who had joined the family through a stepfather that unfortunately passed a few years ago. Yeah, so two sisters. Zoe, my little sister, lives in Washington, and she has 3 boys. And my older sister, Jennifer, she lives in the mountains of Colorado, like way up in the middle of nowhere, and she's got a couple of kids. My niece Ashley, she lives with her husband in I think Illinois, and my nephew lives with his fiance and two kids down in Southern California. He's in the military, so they bounce him all over the place.
Big family, my God.
And that's just the immediate family. I mean, I've got like a ton of uncles and aunts, and all of them have at least 3 kids. So like,
very big
family.
Blessed, very blessed for sure.
Indeed.
Sirius, tell me, what do you do for a living?
I'm a customer support agent for a luxury mattress producer. I don't know if you've heard of the company. It's called Satva. And one of the things that I love most about that is the name they chose. Like they started out under a different name, and then when they actually really started taking off, they changed the name of the company to Satva, which is Sanskrit for purity, wholesomeness, and truth. And because that's what they want to embody as a company. They want to have complete and total transparency, and always work to bring the best sleep experience to the customer at the at the least cost.
Wow, amazing. Okay, Sirius, before we start our journey, William and the Magic Box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself.
Interesting about myself. Then I guess I would have to go with I'm in the puppy community, and I've been in that community for about 12 years. And when I joined, naturally you pick a pup name, and I chose Sirius, and then I brought it into the rest of my life, because normally puppies will have like their puppy name, and like that's what they go by when they're hanging out with their friends, but otherwise they have their regular given name for the other aspects of their life. And when I went through, like when I was 29, I went through a divorce, and decided to completely reinvent myself, and I went to massage therapy school, and I joined the puppy community. And I decided if I was going to totally reinvent myself, I might as well choose a new name. And so when I chose Sirius as my pup name, I brought it into every other aspect of my life. So
amazing. So tell me a little bit about the pup community. What is about for you to be part of it? I know what you know what I mean about, but tell me a little bit about for people who doesn't know about the pup community.
Okay. Well, it's like it's a gay subculture that focuses on like when you're in like pup headspace, you're just really playful, and playful, friendly, and a little bit mischievous. And there are also those that are not pups but in the community, and those they're called handlers. Like you're either the puppy or the one who's the handler of the puppy, and they're the ones who typically collar a puppy. But I decided that a lot of pups will they'll typically hang out in groups, and which is referred to as a pack. And I'm kind of a loner. Like I chose to be a rogue, and I collared myself, which is like unheard of, or at least it was when I joined the community. And it kind of got spread around, and then like more and more puppies decided to collar themselves and be rogues, like because I kind of think it's important. Like sure, it's awesome if you want to be part of a pack, but you shouldn't have to be just to like be yourself. Like that's the whole part of being a puppy, is being like your true inner self. And I just don't think that should have to be bound by certain rules, because like what's the point of being yourself if you are only being yourself to like this certain degree. So yeah.
Very good. Thanks so much for sharing, explain a little bit more about the pup community. Thanks so much.
Sure.
Sirius, so are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Absolutely. Let's do this.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here box full of random fun questions, okay? I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question. Let's do it. Okay, Sirius, so just before we start the game, so through the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't have an answer, always can change, okay? It's all very friendly, okay? First question for you is, what's the biggest prize you ever won?
Oh gosh, biggest prize? I'd say that would have to be I won a trip to Boston for a week. Wow,
tell me about it.
It was a random like raffle at one of the bars, and it's just usually I always feel like it's good karma to buy one of the raffle tickets. Like I mean, if they're going around selling them while you're at the bar and you're already there spending money on drinks, you might as well like put it towards a good cause as well. Yeah, so it was actually the prize was a free plane ticket to anywhere in the continental U.S. and I'd been talking with a friend who lives in Boston, and we're always saying that we want to visit each other, and that we're gonna end up doing it at some point. And then I win this this prize for a plane ticket, and I was like, that's the universe saying, okay, well, it's your turn to step up and make the first trip out. So yeah, I went and visited my friend in Boston, and that was a trip. That's the furthest I've ever traveled, and Boston is beautiful, and just like when you get there, you're really the history of the place really hits you. Like I did this one walking tour that it passed through a cemetery that's as old as the country. So I mean, yeah, like shoot, I feel bad. I don't remember. I saw like a couple of famous people's headstones. I think one of them was Paul Revere, but I was like, wow. Like, I mean, to read about history and see certain names is one thing, and then to actually see the name carved in stone, and that's where that person that you read about is, like, that's their gravesite. It was a trip.
Amazing. I'll tell you something. I went to my last trip to the US was 3-4 years ago, and I was in Boston as well. I spent 3 days there. It was amazing. It was summertime, yes. And I went to. Did you do this duck trip where you go to the water? There was like a boat called the duck trip or the duck.
I think I know what you're talking about. Like it's a tour, but it's like this amphibious vehicle where it drives and then also goes in the water. Yeah, yes, I've seen them, but I didn't do it myself. But yeah, that was fun. How was it?
It was good fun. Yes, I love it. I remember as well the captain. He said, "Oh, who wants to come and guide the boat a little bit?" I was like, "Oh yes, please." And I went there and I have a picture with the hat and just like guide the boat like for a few minutes, just a little bit, and I had some pictures. Yeah, it was summertime and it was good weather as well, and yes, amazing. And we also we went to Cape Cod, and we went to the Provincetown. It was the gayest place I've ever been in my life. I was like,
absolutely. Wow. Provincetown, yeah.
Yes. Next question, let's do it serious. Next question for you is, what is a significant event that has changed you?
When I guess when I became HIV positive, that honestly, when I got the my first reaction when I got the positive results of that test, surprisingly was relief, because I was never going to have that nervousness about that particular thing ever again. Because, like, I mean, when you go and get tested, and like, there's always the oh my God, what if I end up turning out HIV positive? And it's like nerve-wracking, and you're waiting for that, and you're hoping for a no. Yeah, the last time that I ever had to get tested for HIV was when I got positive, and now I never have to go through that ever again. And it changed my life in the only significant way I had confided in my sister, because she was always like the strongest person I knew. And like, I mean, I did freak out a little bit, but I was like, I just need to talk to somebody about it. And normally, like, I'm closest with my mom, but there's some things that you don't want to tell your mom, So I told my sister, and I had the plan that I just wanted to be positive for a year, and then I would tell mom, because then I could say, well, I've already, like, you've seen how I've been healthy this entire last year. No, you don't have to worry about me. My sister made it about 3 months, and then she started hounding me to tell mom, because she was like, I need to talk to somebody about it, and the person I want to talk to about it is my mom. And I'm just like, but I've held your secrets. I've held some really big secrets for you, like for years, and you couldn't even make it like more than 3 months, like, and yeah. And so she and we fought a lot over the next 3 months, and then I finally told her, you confess all of your secrets that I've been holding for you, and then I'll have nothing on you, and then you can tell mom whatever you want. If it's really that big of a deal, go for it. And the day before that, Jennifer was gonna have that conversation with her, I sat my mom down, because when it comes down to it, I wanted to tell mom on my own terms. And so I sat her down and I was like, I just need you to know, like, I'm now HIV positive. I'm taking my meds. I'm perfectly healthy. And what questions do you have about it? And she had a couple, and one was really adorable and truly let me know exactly the level of knowledge that education that she had on the subject. She asked, well, I've seen you drink out of the drink directly out of the milk jug. Like, do I have to buy 2 things of milk? Like, I'm not going to be able to catch it by that. And I was like, oh my God, mom, no. Yeah. So like I told her, I educated her, and honestly, she took it so much better than I expected. And then my like maybe a couple hours later, my sister called and had that conversation where she confessed to everything, and she's like, okay, well, now that I've said that, I need to tell you about my little brother. And then she said it, and then mom was just like, yeah, he told me, I already knew that. And my sister was so pissed off that she because she, like, the only reason why she was confessing all of her secrets was so that she could talk about mine. And then to find out that mom already knew, like, she was like, I think she was most mad that I actually got her. Like, normally she's always been the sneakier one, like the one who always has the upper hand, but this time I fucking got her. And she and I quit talking for about 5 years over that. Yeah. Wow. And she and I had been super, super close. We talk now, but it's definitely, that time apart definitely changed us. And I kind of grew into a different person, one that was less reliant on the strength of his older sister. So wow. That's how that changed me.
Oh wow! Thank you so much for sharing that, Sirius. Thank you very much. I think now sometimes we go through some very let's say important situation in our lives that sometimes just ourselves know when this is the right time to talk or the right time to share with different people. Do you know what I mean? It can be anything. I think all of us need to be ready for whatever situation we are facing. Sometimes it can take a while. Sometimes it can be quite quick. It all depends. So yeah. It's very personal. And yeah, I think I'm glad that you guys make it up after 5 years and now you're
Yeah, we're both a little bit stubborn, so that's why it took 5 years. But you know, we finally got over it.
Very good. Next question. Before the next question, tell me what you like the most about your job and what's the most challenging part.
What I like most about my job is I'd have to say that they are more encouraging, that like, because it's none of the sales are commission based, so that we can actually feel encouraged to help the customer more than like make it a point about making a sale. And I think the most challenging part is um, it's a really easy job, so that's kind of a hard part of the question. I guess when customers hit me with a random question and we're talking face to face, and I have to like admit that I don't know that, and I'm just like, that's a good question. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get that answer for you. And it almost looks, sometimes it's kind of cute. They giggle a little bit and they say sure, and they let me run off. But it almost feels like they feel like proud of themselves for managing to find a question that stumps the sales guy. So it's good.
Very good. Next question for you is, what is a negative thing that happened to you that came out as a positive thing in the end?
I guess that would be when I was 29 and I went through my divorce, because that was unfortunately that was a good situation that turned toxic, and I was heartbroken when I had to leave him, but once I had been apart from him for long enough and got over it, then I realized I'm a much happier person when I'm by myself. So I had 10 years with that guy, and the first 5 years were pretty awesome. And then unfortunately, things just went south. He was not able to let go of some stuff, and chose to I don't know. He just couldn't let it go. So thankfully he's it's been 12 years since then, and so we didn't talk for about 8 or 9 years, and then he reached out, and he wanted to make amends. Like he pretty much copped to all the stuff that he had done, and I really I didn't realize how much I kind of needed to hear him say it rather than.
Wow.
I never wanted to be in the position where I'd be the person saying you did this to me and da 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 da, but it really helped to hear him genuinely apologize for being a and we're friends now. He's actually, he went through some really situations after that, and it helped him realize that a lot of the bad stuff that was happening to him was kind of byproducts of his own poor behavior, and he's actually really turned everything around, and he's a really zen chill guy now, and I'm really happy for him. He's married to another guy, and they're actually a much more perfect pair than he and I were. I mean, I thought we were good together, but he and this guy are definitely two halves of one whole. So I'm just happy for him, and so
I hope he watched this interview, and if you feel very happy to know that.
that would be cool. In fact, if you send me a link to it,
totally. Absolutely. I'll let you know in advance so you can organize everyone to watch the interview. Next question. Next question, Sirius from San Francisco. Next question is, if you could meet yourself when you were 15 years old again, which advice would you give to yourself?
Focus a little less on the party and a little more on the books, because you'll be able to go to cooler parties if you focus on getting the knowledge. So yeah. I was a little too much of a social butterfly when I was younger, and it was just more fun to have fun than to work on my education. And not that I live a life that is lacking, but there are some of my friends who are like, they were really like, they missed a lot of the parties and a lot of the fun times in high school, but they are living their best lives right now. And um, not that I'm envious, but I know that I would certainly be enjoying like being able to like fly all over the planet, and like vacation in Fiji and stuff. Like, I mean, I don't really have that big of an urge to travel as it is, but maybe not necessarily having like it be so easy is a factor in that. So, yeah.
I think everything happened for a reason. I think, you know what I mean? Everything meant to be the way it is. So I think we should always be grateful for that, for sure.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Like I said, like, I don't feel like I'm living a life that's lacking anything.
Yeah.
I'm very happy and grateful for everything that I have right now. And yeah, so.
Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Before the next one, tell me a little bit about your beard. I can see how beautiful is your beard. How long does it take for you to maintain? And you always had a long beard?
No, actually, this is a recent development, and it's mostly because of a pandemic. When the first year that I was working, like the first year of the pandemic, when everyone was working remotely, and I wasn't like traveling to the office and seeing like my bosses every day. So I kind of I let this grow just because I like, if you don't have to maintain a professional look like daily, then it's really easy to let it go. And like I wanted to see how long I can let it get before like it started to get on my nerves. And that winter, I think it got down to here.
Wow.
And yeah, and it was I totally looked like that crazy guy that lives in a cabin in the mountains somewhere. And so I did find that about this length is where I'm happy having it, because it just starts to go into a curl on the sides, and with a particular beard balm that I use, it just kind of stays in this shape, and that's exactly how I like it. So typically, or like I used to have like a mini mohawk on the top of my head, and I would color that typically between blue, purple, and red, or sometimes just have it blonde. I did green once, but anyways, and I would match it with a color block in my eyebrow and the strip in my beard. But with the job that I have now, like unnatural hair color is not allowed, and so I shaved off the mohawk, and I've decided to just like keep the head clean shaven, and I had to bleach out the color from my strip, but I'm letting that kind of like just grow out on its own.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good one. Next
Thank
question
you.
is, which book had a big influence on you?
I guess that would have to be in the Marla Mason series, the one that is titled Queen of the Dead, and the main character at the end of the last book had made a deal with with Death Incarnate, that if she would marry him, then he would, like, I think he was like, she agreed to marry him to like save the town that she had decided that she was going to be taken care of, and so then like the space in between the books was basically the time period where she was the first time that she had to spend, I think it was like 6 months in the underworld, and but one of the benefits of being the bride of death is that she kind of got godly powers, but when she got to go, when she was spending her time back on Earth, and she no longer had those powers, she had decided, or her goddess self had decided that she would remove those memories, just so that it wouldn't be overwhelming for the mortal side of her. And the one thing that she gave her, she left herself as explanation, was a tattoo on her arm that says "Do better," and I loved that idea so much. Like to have your absolute enlightened self give you just one piece of advice, and it's like it's tattooed on your arm, and just simple words: "Do better." I think that's amazing. And so,
Oh wow, there we go.
so yeah, and it's kind of faded out now, because this tattoo is about like it's about 10 years old, but the period at the end is actually a little Taurus symbol, because that's my my zodiac sign. So
Wow. Which one is your zodiac sign? Which one is?
Taurus.
Taurus. Okay. Very tidy. Taurus people. I've got a very good friend of mine. He's Taurus, and he's very tidy, very organized.
We can be, and we can also be a little hedonistic, and we really love food. So
Very good. Right, Sirius. I have 3 questions left for you. Okay, let's do it. Next question for you is, what is the happiest day in your life so far, and why you consider that?
Well, I have 2 that that tie, and those are the days that my niece and my nephew were born, because I'd always wanted to have kids. I also wanted to have kids at a young age, because I really loved that, because my mom had me at a very young age, and I remember like a lot of my friends' parents were like way older when they had them, and they didn't have as much time to play and wrestle and, you know, just be young and fun with them. And so like I knew that I was really lucky because my mom was young, and so like she would wrestle with us and she would play, and like it was more engaging. Like I really feel like I had a closer relationship with my mom than a lot of my friends do with their parents, and I believe it's entirely due to the fact that she had us when she was young. So like when I passed the oldest age that I wanted to be and have kids, after I passed that, I realized I'm probably never gonna have my own children. And although that's a little saddening, I'm glad that my sister had kids at such a young age, because she had kids, and she lived with us. So she and the kids were with us until my niece was about 13, and then they moved to Colorado. But so I felt like I had kids. And so like I got the experience of like what it was kind of like to raise kids. And yeah, so like the happiest days of my life were when my niece and nephew were born.
Beautiful, beautiful. You're saying that, I must say as well, my mom, my dad, my parents, they had me when they were 18, very young as well. And I remember growing up, people think that they were my cousin. People think that they were, you know what I mean? I had so many situations that, from both sides, from my mom and my dad as well, they think that, oh, is this your cousin? I never seen before. I was like, she's my mom. And they're like, oh my God. But funny enough, saying that, 4 years ago, my mom came to Europe for the very first time to celebrate her 51st birthday. And
wow.
So I went to Paris. We went to Paris for 3 days, and we went to Eiffel Tower, the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Oh,
and
cool.
Never gonna forget that. So we were there with my mom, and she cannot speak English, just Portuguese. And I remember we were walking in the top of the Eiffel Tower, and there was a lot of tourists, of course. And suddenly, this couple, the lady crossed in front of me, and my mom was in front of her. So this lady, her husband or a boyfriend, pulled her back and said, "Let her husband pass by." He saw that I was my mom's husband. And I said to him, I said, "She's my mom." And he was like, "Oh my God, I'm terribly sorry." I said, No, it's fine. It's her birthday. She's my mom. I love her. You destroyed my day, but you made her day, so it's fine.
From cousin to husband.
And my mom said to me, "Why are you laughing? Why are you talking to you?" I said, "Because he thought I was your husband." She was like, "Oh, okay, good."
Yeah.
It was so funny. I couldn't believe it. I was like, my God. So yes, through my teenager time, always I remember situations that with my dad as well, people do think, "Oh, is he your old brother or something like that?" I was like, no, he's my dad. Very funny. 2 questions left for you. Let's do it. Before the next question, Sirius, tell me, how is the gay scene in San Francisco? It's approachable being gay there. People there are very, let's say, open-minded, or it's a little bit tricky?
They're very open-minded. People don't, nobody flinches, if they to find out that you're gay. If anything, I think the gays are a little too hard on each other. It's unfortunately still very cliquey, and that's kind of why I prefer the Soma, because the bear bars, the leather bars, those people are actually really open and inclusive. If you go to the Castro, you better be prepared to be immediately judged, and you're either lusted after or you cease to exist. You're either what they want or you don't exist to them at all. And so yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's still how it is in the Castro. That's why I mostly go to the Soma. There are a couple of bars that are still relaxed in the Castro, and that would be Twin Peaks, 440, and the Edge. And everywhere else is just kind of bitchy. So
when you say the Castro, it's like an area, or it's an area?
Yeah, the Castro, it's the historically gay section of the city, and it's about it's about 2 blocks of space where it's shopping, food, and gay bars, and it's where all the baby gays want to go, because as soon as they're old enough to go get into a bar, then they got to go to the Castro. And they party out here for a little bit, and then they realize how cunty everyone can be, and then they end up going to the Eagle and actually having a good time. So yeah, if you ever get a chance, you should definitely come out and visit, and we'll take you to the Eagle and you'll have a blast.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it already. Next question is, who makes you laugh the most? I'd have to say my sister. She back when we were really close, we'd get all cute, and we'd head out to the city. Of course, when we got to the city, we'd go separate ways, because she's looking for dudes and I'm looking for dudes, but we're not looking for the same type of dudes. So so she would go out and party, and I would go out and party, and then we'd have the next day off together, and we would both be hungover. But for some reason, when she and I were hungover together,
it was like a comedy routine. We would just like we would come like just everything that came out of our mouths was like cracking up the other person. And like I used to not hate hangovers because I would be, having, it would end up being such a great time hanging out with my sister. So yeah, that's definitely something I miss most about being close with her. And that's so weird that I would miss hangovers with my sister.
Very sweet, for sure.
Yeah.
Last question. Ready? Last
Yeah.
one.
Let's do it.
Before the last question, as in the beginning of the interview, you mentioned about the pub community, yeah? People watching the interview, would you like to join the pub community? What would be your best piece of advice for those people?
I'd say go to your nearest like leather gay bar, find a puppy, and just start learning about them, and they'll be able to direct you to. I mean, like out here in San Francisco, there's even like they even created a pup registry, and but I don't know if that's the same in like every city. But generally, like to join the pup community, all you got to do is decide that you're a puppy and create a name for yourself. And a lot of puppies like to wear the hood, but I personally don't, because I find it triggers my claustrophobia. So yeah. So, but you don't have to wear a hood to be a puppy. Like, I mean, you don't have to specifically do anything just to be a puppy, because that is what being a puppy is all about, is being just your truest self. So yeah.
Good one. I like it. Next question is, which talents do you wish you had?
I really wish that I was more musically inclined. I would love to play a musical instrument. I tried my hand at a couple. I played with drums, a guitar, a flute, and for a brief time I even tried violin, but none of it really seemed. It didn't seem natural. So I just because I want to play, I mean, it basically, I guess that means that I would have to put in a lot of effort for developing that talent, and that's where my Taurus laziness comes in, and I'm just like, I don't want to. Like, if it doesn't come to me naturally, then I'm not gonna do it. So
when the series comes along, you need to follow. That's when you go like, actually, I'm not sure.
Exactly.
Okay, series not the end yet. Okay, let's play now the word association game. I'm going to give away some words, and you just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking.
Okay.
One word. So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. One word for family.
Love.
Money.
Shopping.
One word for love.
Lost.
Life.
Everlasting.
Sex.
Fun.
Politics.
Hate.
One word for religion.
Bothersome.
Fear.
Sharks.
Really?
Yeah.
Friendship.
Boys.
Desire.
Men.
Regrets.
Sadness.
Success.
Hard.
One word for wish.
Wisdom.
Happiness.
Family.
One word for San Francisco.
Gay.
Yeah. One word for California.
Golden.
One word for USA.
Old.
Interesting. And the last one now, pub community, one word.
Belly rubs.
Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely sister, the one you liked to be hungover in the past, and I'm going to ask her, what is the most beautiful thing about Sirius, and what's something that he still needs to improve on, to work on? What she would say?
I think she would say that it's one and the same. That I like to help people. She would say that Sirius likes to help people, but he doesn't know when to stop helping, and he'll wear himself out trying to make someone else's wants happen.
You see some work in progress?
Still kind of, yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, my mom refers to it as white knight syndrome, where like I'll see somebody like being miserable about something in their life, and I will bend over backwards to try and help fix it, even if it's like a person I barely even know. And sometimes it's proved exhausting, and it's even gotten me in trouble. So yeah, like it's a work in progress, because I have to try and reel it in sometimes, and sometimes I don't realize that I'm putting myself a little too far out there. So
it's because your heart is very big and you don't know how big your heart is. You know what I mean? So there's the thing.
Yeah.
It comes from a good place, so it's good. It's good from a good place, for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly, like that's what I tell myself. I mean, it's coming from like, but I mean, there's also that old saying: the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So
there we go. You need to protect yourself first. You need to protect yourself to be able to help the others, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sirius, let's play now Sirius and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. You can ask me a question now.
Okay. Have you ever been in love, and when did you know that you were?
Oh my God, I love the question. Wow. I'll tell you something now. I've done over 500 people around the world, and no one ever asked me this question yet.
Wow.
Okay, you put me in the spot now. Right. So
well, I mean, you get to play by the same rules if it's a topic you're not necessarily comfortable with.
I like the challenge. I love it. Right. I think now I'm sure. I think love, it's a beautiful thing, but at the same time as well, it's very, let's say, painful in a way. Yeah. Of course, I think they're all together. You know, it's beautiful love and the pain is all together, they work together. Yes, I've been in love, and I think I realized that I was in love. Let's say, I wouldn't say when I lost it or when I missed it, but I would say when it wasn't there anymore for some reason. You know what I mean? So I think, yes, I believe that I've been in love. Yes, I think all of us, we've been, you know what I mean, certain time of our lives that we gave ourselves this love. It's a beautiful feeling that you feel, and you just care so much and you just want to leave it, and it's so dangerous sometimes. Like, my God, it's scary sometimes when we are there, because it's such a beautiful feeling of love. And I think I realized that that was love when, for one reason or another, it wasn't there anymore, you know? Not just because of me or the other person or the situation itself, but when I realized that moment or that feeling, that it really kind of put myself in this world that's, you know what I mean, you get so distracted and you don't know, you just move with the stars, with the flowers. There are no raining days, always like it's like San Francisco, always sunny. It's like that.
Yeah.
But when the you know what I mean, the rain comes, that's when we realize, I say, okay, the love was there. And I don't want to say that I took for granted, but I didn't know that was there. Let's say it this way.
Totally. Yeah. I get that. Huh.
But yes, I believe that it's as I said before, it's good to be in love. It can be dangerous, it can be difficult, and it can be painful, but it's worth to take the journey, because it just gives us such a beautiful feeling, and it's nice to be connected with love for sure.
Yeah.
My God, I love the question series. You put me in this spot. I love it. Thank you so much. Did you enjoy the interview? Did you have a good time?
I did. It was fun. Yeah. Thank you for reaching out.
Thanks so much for being kind and early morning. My God, when you said yes, to be honest, when you said last night that you said, okay, I'm going to be ready at 8 a.m. I was like, I don't think he'll be able to do it. Maybe just speaking out. But today, when I sent a message to you, when you said, okay, I'll be ready 1 hour, I was like, wow, he was right with his words. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Before you go, if you can share just a positive message or a positive quote, something that inspires you in life.
Like that is my creed. Like, just try to do better. Like, live your life, have fun, and just always try to do better.
There we go. Simple is easy and very powerful.
Indeed.
Sirius, thanks so much. Enjoy your weekend and we keep in touch, okay? Thank you so much for the interview, okay?
Thank you. Have a great rest of your night.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.